Is it marketing hype or is it legit for your health? I bet you're getting ads and marketed to all the time around your hormones that leave you thinking, should I buy that thing? Do I need that supplement? Should I do that procedure? Like, is that actually going to help my hormones? Will I lose weight? Will I feel better? I totally get it. So what I did is I actually asked ChatGPT to come up with the top 20 things being marketed to women. And then you and I are going to discuss whether I think it's purely hype or if it's good for your health. Hi, my name is Dr. Carrie Jones. I am a women's health and hormone expert, and I fully understand hormones can feel like herding cats, so I am here to help. You're going to want to hit that subscribe button and follow along as I have a lot of videos to walk you through all the different parts of hormones that we didn't get taught in school. Now, let's dive in. To set the scene, here's what I asked ChatGPT directly. I said, hi, if I were to do a video talking about the top things that women are getting marketed to where I get to vote just marketing or good for your health, can you give me a list to choose from? ChatGPT wrote back, this will be fun and spicy, and I love it. Let's get into it. The top 20 things that ChatGPT thought were marketed the most to you. Number one, collagen supplements. A must-have for skin and joints are overhyped protein powder. I personally take collagen. I do a grass-fed collagen. I do it every day. I add it to a like a morning caffeine drink that I make, and I absolutely love it. I think there can be a lot of junk collagen out there with like a lot of fillers and weird stuff, and maybe not grass-fed. Definitely go for grass-fed if you're going to do collagen. So I do like collagen powder. Number two, fat-burning teas. No. Don't do fat burning teas. Number three, hormone balancing gummies. I'll be honest, I don't know what that means. I'm not a fan of gummies to begin with, only because it often has a lot of sugar in it. And how can you really fit therapeutic amounts of something into a gummy? But I don't know. I don't work for a gummy company. Have never worked with gummy companies. I don't take gummies, although I do know people who like the gummy melatonins and feel like those do really, really well. But if I'm doing like herbs or magnesium or electrolytes, I don't ever recommend gummies. Number four, apple cider vinegar for weight loss. I will say I love apple cider vinegar for all things digestion. I do love apple cider vinegar for gallbladder and bile. It is a bitter, it is stimulating in that sense and helpful for digestion. You have to make sure it's the apple cider vinegar that is not sweetened. There's no honey in it. And you do want the one with the mother when you read the label. But is apple cider vinegar a magic weight loss liquid? It is not. It is helpful for digestion and has been used traditionally for many, many, many hundreds of years. But it is not a magic weight loss. So don't expect that. Number five, bioidentical hormone therapy. I am a big fan of BHRT, bioidentical hormone therapy. If you are a candidate, I am a fan of it for you as well. So I'm going to say yes, the marketing hype is real. Number six, adaptogens, ashwagandha, maca, rhodiola. I love herbs. I have a long history of studying herbs and learning from amazing herbalists across the world. So I am a big fan. However, these are not one size fits all. For example, rhodiola is incredibly stimulating and it is incredibly drying. So if you are really tired with a lot of night sweats, rhodiola might be the one for you. But if you're already pretty dry, you probably don't want a whole lot of rhodiola. Whereas ashwagandha can be very, very calming. It can help pull you down, like if you're up in the spinny space. But if you're already quite down, what we might call anhedonic, ashwagandha might make you worse. So we do have to be very careful with these herbs. I'm trained in them and know how to tell the difference for somebody. But just to randomly be like, oh, adaptogens, they're going to save my life. It may not fit for you. You may have side effects. We have to be careful. Number seven, infrared sauna for detox and weight loss. I am also a big fan of infrared sauna. It is not magic for weight loss, but there is a long history and study of knowing that infrared sauna does help with detoxification and getting all that sweating out, getting lymphatics moving. Infrared is a good one. Number eight, seed cycling for hormone balance. Seed cycling is when you take certain types of seeds in the follicular phase and different seeds in the luteal phase to help overall with hormonal health and improve the cycle. There is zero research on this. There is no placebo double-blind study on it. Anecdotally, though, I have been using or recommending for my patients seed cycling since 1999, which means seed cycling was used long before that. I learned about it in 1999. And now there are fabulous companies such as BEA, BEEYA, the women at BEA, who have really got amazing amounts of anecdotal testimony of the power of seed cycling. So while yes, there is no research to show seed cycling is helpful, like they haven't done that. Um, I find anecdotally in the reports back and the testimonials from women that when they implement it, it can actually work really, really well. Plus, you get your seeds, which is part of like fiber and good parts of it. Number 9, alkaline water. I'll be honest, I don't drink alkaline water. I don't buy alkaline water at the store. I'm of the opinion that I want my stomach to be pretty acidic. I want it to be like normal acidic to break down food and not constantly pushing it alkaline, making it more basic. I want my acidity, knowing that as I get older, people tend to struggle in the digestive department because their stomach acid goes down. Now, this is different for somebody with heartburn. I'm just talking about regular old normal acidity and everything works well down into the small intestines. However, I'll be honest, like I don't buy alkaline water. So if you are an alkaline water aficionado, let me know in the comments. Number 10, lymphatic drainage for weight loss. Now, lymphatic drainage, I absolutely love. I do lymphatic drainage on myself. You can do like quick points that are in a very specific order. You can do quick points that can be really helpful for puffy face, puffy body. You can like do lymphatic drainage before you do rebounding, before you get in the infrared sauna, or while you're in an infrared sauna, or just to help. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with gua sha for the face. So you do the lymphatic points first, and then you do your gua sha to help with water retention in the face. So I'm a huge fan of lymphatic movement. I think people are just way too stagnant in general, all these sedentary lifestyles. They're sitting here at their desk all day, they're sitting on the couch all night, and they're not getting a lot of movement to move the lymphatics along. However, is lymphatics a magic cure for weight loss? It is not. I'm sure you've seen the pictures, the before and after a lymphatic massage, where someone looks wildly slimmer. It doesn't mean they've lost fat. It doesn't mean their adipose tissue has gone down. Now, moving the lymphatics can be helpful for moving fat, for cleaning out junk. A lot of your like junk and trash goes into your lymphatics, but it's not magic weight loss. So I am very pro lymphatics for health. You have a lot of lymph nodes all over your body. Let's keep them moving, the fluid through them. Let's not be stagnant. But I don't think lymphatic is like your magic go-to for weight loss. Okay, that leads me to 11, MCT oil, medium chain triglyceride, for fat burning and brain health. And they ask, is it keto magic or unnecessary? If you are actively doing a ketogenic diet, if you're working with a practitioner to put you into a ketogenic state for a certain reason, you are probably using MCT oil. If you are just randomly adding MCT oil to your coffee in the morning and then going about your day, or then getting a bagel or having a big breakfast, eggs and toast, it is not going to put you magically into a ketogenic state. But as part of the ketogenic diet, MCT oil is very commonly used to support the brain. Yes. But if you're just the average person who's like, oh, I read MCT oil can be helpful, I'm going to just go ahead and add it to my coffee along with my standard American diet, that is not going to put you into a ketogenic state and probably not going to give you the outcomes that you're looking for. So yes, MCT oil, if your practitioner who's putting you through a keto diet has you on it, probably very helpful. The average person, probably not. Number 12, probiotic skincare. I'll be honest, I've never used it, so I have no opinion. If you've used the probiotic skincare, let me know below. Number 13, collagen coffee creamers. Well, I don't drink coffee, so I don't use collagen coffee creamers. But as you heard, I do use grass-fed just collagen powder. I don't eat it as a creamer. And I am very careful of creamer because there's often a lot of sugar, excess sugar in creamers, especially powdered creamers, because collagen creamers are usually powdered. So just be careful, be mindful of like, is that working towards your goals? Is that what you're looking for? If you're doing macros, does it fit your macros? But like I said, I don't drink coffee, so I'm not a creamer person, but I have looked at those labels. Okay, then we get into number 14. Number 14 is daily greens powders. Now, there is a lot of controversy out there in the world on daily greens powders and if they can replace all the veggies. I think there are some good or better greens powders than others. I think a lot of companies have maybe jumped on the greens powders trend, but also I want to be very careful and mindful that you don't think just by having the greens powder that you can just forego all vegetables, which some people do believe. They do a scoop of their greens powder And they're like, oh, good. I just don't need to eat vegetables again because I've got it here. When we know that eating the actual vegetable is different, right? You get like how when you chew it and it gets broken down and the fiber and all the stuff that comes from the like actual real vegetable as opposed to a greens powder. So don't rely on a greens powder. But if you're using a greens powder to pinch hit, or if you feel better on your greens powder daily, like you've implemented it daily, it's made a difference. Fantastic. But do I add it as part of a typical everyday plan for people? I do not generally. All right, we're getting down to the final five. 15, gluten-free diet for hormonal health. I personally am gluten-free. Do I think the whole world needs to be gluten-free for our hormonal health? I do not. However, if you've been told you should be gluten-free and you're choosing not to be, you're probably doing some harm. So if you're supposed to be gluten-free, be gluten-free. It will absolutely help your hormonal health if you're supposed to be gluten-free. If you don't need to be gluten-free, then you don't have to be gluten-free. So I don't think it's a panacea, meaning like the whole world should be gluten-free. But I do see a lot of people who go, "Oh, I know I'm supposed to be gluten-free. I know I feel better. I know I'm less bloated. I know I'm less inflamed, but I can't give it up." Well, it is impacting your hormonal health, of course. Number 16, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, I am okay with in certain situations. Make sure you follow Dr. Mindy Pell. She wrote that blue book right there, Fast Like a Girl. Or Cynthia Thurlow. She has an excellent book on fasting as well. So I followed the two experts on how to do intermittent fasting for women's health and with the menstrual cycle. It's not one size fits all. Not everybody can do it or should do it. It depends if you're cycling or not, where you are in your cycle, if you're postmenopausal. Like there's a lot that goes into just intermittent fasting around the cycle. Number 17, we're getting down there. Berberine as nature's Ozempic. Berberine does great things for the blood sugar. It's also quite helpful for gut health. But is it a one-to-one with Ozempic? Is it a one-to-one as a GLP-1? It is not. Please don't confuse berberine on its own as a supplement as the same thing as a GLP-1. If you've been taking berberine because you're trying to avoid Ozempic, that's, talk to your healthcare practitioner. But if you're thinking or you're seeing all the slick marketing that it's same, it is not. It is not. But berberine has been used for a very long time for a lot of different things in the body, like I mentioned, including gut health. So your practitioner may have you on berberine for something including blood sugar, but more systemic effects also. But if you are truly wanting a GLP-1, whether you go to your health practitioner or you've just been thinking about it, like a GLP-1 is a GLP-1. Sorry to say. Okay. 18, castor oil packs for hormone balance. I am the hugest fan of castor oil. Much like seed cycling, I learned about castor oil in 1999. I have been using castor oil since that time. I use it all over the place on my skin. I use it on my eyelashes, my eyebrows. I use it in hair if I'm going through periods of hair loss. I just use it all over my skin. I can dilute it, a little with other oils. And I'm a huge fan of castor oil. Do make sure you do not swallow it. Don't swallow castor oil. It's topical skin only. You want to make sure it's organic. You want to make sure it's hexane free. And you want to make sure it's in a glass bottle. Don't buy an oil in a plastic bottle. It's just going to pull all the plastics, right? The phthalates and stuff right into the oil. Don't do that. Make sure it's in a glass bottle. Number 19, magnesium for sleep and stress. Hard yes. I find that magnesium is deficient in a lot of people. So we want to make sure, especially like mag citrate, mag glycinate, mag malate, mag threonate can be very helpful options for magnesium. And finally, number 20, you made it to the end, electrolytes for energy and hydration. I am a fan of electrolytes. I do include electrolytes in my water at least a couple of times a day, especially when I work out. I do make sure that my electrolytes are not super high sodium. There are more athletically bent electrolytes out there that have very high levels of sodium. I am not that person. I don't need that much sodium. That's a lot of sodium. I need a lot more potassium. I make sure my potassium numbers are up there with magnesium and some sodium. I also don't have sugar, high levels of sugar. Make sure the electrolytes don't have a lot of sugar. I don't like all the food dye in some of the electrolytes out there. So I want like natural flavors such as beet flavoring. I don't want all the food dye color stuff in there, red or blue or green or whatever. So you do want to choose your electrolyte carefully. And I don't want artificial sweetener. I don't want sucralose in there. I don't want aspartame in there. So I read the label very carefully when I'm looking at electrolytes, whether it's at the store, whether it's with New Ethics, who I love, whether it's when I'm traveling and I forgot them and I'm looking, at different places. Read the label, avoid sugar, be careful of the sodium, and you don't want all the extra crap in there. So I hope that helps. 20 things. Is it marketing hype or good for your health to help direct you? Again, my name is Dr. Carrie Jones. You're going to want to hit that subscribe button. I know hormones can feel like hurting cats, and hopefully videos like this make you feel more confident in your own health.